Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I thought we would have a look at this. Now, this isn't mine, this is a customer repair for someone, and what we have here is a Decca RG-150. It's a radiogramophone from about 1962-1963. It's a lovely thing. It's actually really compact for a radiogram. I mean, it's just about a metre long. It's 40 centimetres deep, fully, on nice little legs, the louver front. It really is a wonderful looking piece of furniture. And I recommissioned this for its owner quite some years ago after they'd first bought it. I didn't do a full restoration or anything on it then. Basically, all I did was got the turntable working for them. Replaced the cartridge which had failed. It would have had one of the old TC8 turnover cartridges in it originally, and that would have been dead. And I put a more modern cartridge in it and give it a very basic service, and they put it into use. And they contacted me a couple of weeks ago saying that it had stopped working after a house move, and would I be able to come and have a look at it. So I went up to their new house and we had a look at it, and it has a few issues with it now. Obviously it's been recommissioned, it's being used. I did say to the lady that owns it back when I originally looked at it that it could really do with replacement capacitors putting in it and the radio servicing properly, but at the time it was actually working really well. You know, this is a number of years in the past. Now, it has now got a bit of a background hum on it. It has some other problems as well. So I said I would take it back to the workshop and we would do some servicing work on it and some restoration work on it, and really bring this thing back up to A1 condition. As well as that, they'd also like me to be able to provide an output from the turntable that they can feed into a modern system to be able to play the records throughout the house. So we'll also look at adding a little line output jack on the back of it so they can do as they wish with that. But this video, really, I thought I would just do a little bit of an overview on the actual Decca here. I've printed its service data out already, just ready for this this little video and working on this. So we have the circuit diagram, and it comes quite apparent when you first look at it. There's something a bit awry here, because this, let's open it up and I'll show you. This appears at first glance to be a stereo radiogram. In fact, it's actually only a mono radiogram if we look here. It's actually very simple circuit. We only have 4 valves. Basically we've got a I think it'll be an ECL82 or oh yeah, it's an ECL82 output valve. Rectifier, we've got an EF89 and we've got an ECH81. So we don't have VHF, we have gram long wave and medium wave. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that. It's basically, this was a one of the lower end Decca products of the time. Like I said, dating from around 62, 63. More of the high end Decca products by then, they would have been stereo and they would have had an FM band on the radio. Like I said, this is only mono. It has no FM band, but like I said, it does still be a wonderful piece of furniture, and it also still sounds very good. Some of the issues with this particular one we've got, there's some damage to the top, which I'll speak to the owner and see if they want me to have anything done with that. It just so happens my mother loves redoing furniture and could probably strip, and I don't know if we could get all of the pot marks out of it, but certainly we could refinish this top and get the high gloss finish that it would have originally had back on it, and I think that would really complement the unit. It would certainly make it look better than the slight damage we have there already. Internally it's in fantastic condition. I do have the deck screwed down at the moment, obviously, because it's just taking a trip across Manchester in my van. But we will. I'll give a quick demo on it, because it does work. It does work okay at the moment. I'll show you some of the problems that we have got with it. We're going to have to address. So I'll just release the deck off because I screwed the transit screws down when I transported it. I think this is a UA14 or a UA16 deck. It's a BSR deck, right of the period. I did give this deck a service when I worked on this player last, but like I said, that is quite a few years ago. And it is, I did play a record at the house, and the deck is playing, but the mechanism is slowing down a little bit, so we will have a look at perhaps doing a fully re-lube on that. It's much easier to do when you can get it in the workshop and give it a really good going over. But in fact, what we'll do is we'll plug it in, we'll power it up, and I'll show you how it is working up to now. Excuse me. Let's give it some power, and we'll switch on. And this is one of the first problems, is the control knobs. In fact, this one as well. This plastic's over 50 years old now, and as you can see, the plastic's actually started to break up and deteriorate. It's loosened off on that, which was the volume control, and on the wave change switch it's actually broken up completely. And I was wondering whether that's perhaps why they couldn't get it to turn on properly when they said they couldn't get any stations on the radio. I think that might have actually been slipping and it not actually coming off gram, because you do need a fair force to turn the waveband switch on it. Obviously that we can lube up and do when we service the chassis. But this will need repair. I'll probably do it on all four of the control knobs. We'll reinforce the ones that haven't broken here and make sure it doesn't happen. And unlike this one that's broken off, we're going to have to remove the middle there and fit a brass set into the centre and epoxy it in to make sure that that doesn't happen. We can't just I've got all the bits that have broken out here, but if we glue them back in, as soon as we try turning it again, and that'll just break loose again. We could then perhaps swap that for a control that doesn't have as much force on it, but then again, one of these is going to fail as well. So seeing this is on the waveband, so we'll remove all the inside there, we'll put a brass set in there and some epoxy to fix it all in, and that will cure that from happening again. So that's one issue we have to fix on this thing. I think we've got it, I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a fair bit of background hum on there, and that's with the volume all the way up. Turn it down. Yeah, there's a fair bit of filter hum, so the main filter capacitors will certainly need replacing on it. But we'll try playing a record now. I think that the stylus on the 33 and 45 side is pretty much gone. We'll flip it over onto the 78 side for a quick test. This is a mono record anyway, but it's never a good idea to play a 45 with the 78 stylus. But like I said, this is just a scrap test record. We'll stick that on the player and we'll just give this a quick playthrough. Well, not all the record, because we'll probably get caught by the copyright police, but at least you can hear that it does actually play to some extent. Turn the volume down a little bit. You can see it is slowing down a little bit. We'll address that. It does still play to a decent extent. Oh, that was tone I was messing with.
Hello, what's your name?
Straight.
Not George Strait.
Yes.
Tone control still
That's
works
right.
okay.
Oh, I've always wanted to meet you.
Oh, really? Why?
I'll stop that now. As you can see, it does actually play okay. And it auto shuts and shuts off alright. So we know there's no major issues with that, it just needs a basic service and a bit of a clean. We'll try the radio next. Turn the volume. Again, volume control. There's certainly a lot of play in that, so we need to address that and have a look what's going on there. There shouldn't be that much play. And because that has failed, we'll just have to improvise to get the radio on. Let's give that a quick turn with these.
Oh, and they have to follow. So you can effectively find them.
We don't make fines, but it'd be about
Changing the combining roundabout.
As you can hear, the radio actually isn't bad at all. This is medium wave.
Worth getting up for.
The World War II bomb, which was kept by Sylvia Gedwin miles from Bridgend, just
I've certainly seen certain instances like where we're looking carefully at what's happened and making awards to put
That's
things
Radio
right.
5
So,
live
lots of
scenes
information on our
blasting
website
right
about
through.
Fuss-free transaction and kick back with your mate.
when you eat.
It's priority.
Let's try a long wave.
Interested parties, those 500 farmers along the route, they're being represented mostly by the IFA.
That might be RTE Radio 1, which is an Irish station. And it is, then, this is certainly a very sensitive radio, so I don't usually pick that up without an aerial. There's no aerial on this, just the built-in.
It's a matter of producers being willing to take a
There's
risk
Radio
on
4.
somebody who is an unknown, and that's always difficult.
And again, usually with the switch mode power supply noise in my living room, you struggle to get Radio 4 long wave. But that,
Do you know what? It's taken a lot of years.
there's a little bit of background mush there, but it's certainly listenable to.
When I
And
was
this
growing up,
has had no work done to it yet so far. So it's got,
pretty much
I think mostly all its
only
original
as
valves
a
in it, and all its original
American actor.
capacitors in it.
And
I think that'll be about all we'll pick up on long wave. But I'm really surprised we're picking up, I think that's probably RTE Radio 1 right at the end of the band there. Let's try another try.
it wasn't until
This 1% replacement target is inadequate. Its comparison to London
really is
in the
quite
last 24
good.
hours is extremely misleading. I will address that with
Switch it off
TVs
now.
as I did.
So as you can see, you know, it's a good prospect for a restoration. It's not going to need a huge amount of work. We've got the repair work to do on them control knobs. Obviously we're going to take the chassis out and we will give that a complete recap. We'll test all the valves. It sounds like the valves are absolutely hunky-dory. There's no indication that any are failing, but just for peace of mind, because like I said, it is a customer repair and I don't want it coming back a few weeks later because the valve's gone. They will all be tested and gone through, and any that are getting a little bit weak, obviously I will swap out. Also I've noticed there's a little bit of the colour has come off that's plastic, not glass on this, and there is a little bit of the black come off in places. So we'll have a look at seeing what we can do with that. We can maybe touch that in on the back with some black enamel and cover up some of them little blemishes on the front. It's certainly worth it for this player because it is a lovely piece of furniture. And like I said, I'll speak to the owner about perhaps having the top refinished just to give it that extra bit of a pop. Because like I said, it really is a very, very nice unit. It's a type of unit that if it was one that I got in to sell, I'd probably fit a Bluetooth conversion to, so people can use it to play music from their phone and things like that. I said the customer wasn't interested in that. They want an output from the turntable that they can plug into this other system which streams it around the house, which I can fully understand, especially with having an auto change deck like that. I mean, you can stack that up with 33 records, connect it to this unit they've got, and just let it play through a stack of records through the house. It's really quite a good idea, and it's a nice amalgamation of vintage and new tech. That I quite like the idea of that. Anyway, I'll say I'm going to leave this video here for now. It was just a quick overview of the project that I've got coming up, and I'll be doing a few parts of this over the next 2 weeks. I said I would get it back to them in about 2 weeks' time. I do have quite a lot of other projects on at the moment, so I am struggling a little bit with time. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that. So thanks for watching and goodbye.